let us know, because we are documenting that, and we are trying to remove those barriers as much as we can.
Thank you, Karen.
Okay.
And we saved the best for last.
Yes.
Paul Hand. And you know, in terms of kind of history here, my father was the project manager when you were a junior engineer. Oh, I still hear. Okay, go ahead, Paul.
Well, I
think they're wise elder.
from the next generation. I'm speaking as the previous generation. So yeah, I was here working with Kim's dad on when we set up the initial natural drainage policy, and it brought ponds in, and at the time we said ponds were going to be the solution. Well, they're maybe not fully the solution that Jim Mug would want, but it was certainly better than what we had. So I think my message is, as the previous generation, that it's all a learning and evolutionary process. That you do one thing, you can do a better thing tomorrow. And I think we're all part of this. This room here is working together, and each doing our bit. There's developers and engineers and planners and different levels of government involved. And it's by working together that we will gradually improve things and evolve and move on from the previous generation to the next generation. So that's a word from the previous generation. So I was past chair of the Green Infrastructure Partnership, and I was past city engineer for Surrey, and I've seen certainly a lot of things happen, and we are definitely improving the way we do things.
And I should add the footnote that we respect Paul so much that when he stepped down as chair of the partnership after retiring, but you haven't really retired, we said, you can't go, Paul, because we have a new category called Wise Elders. And so, so that's why we're here. And so,
and I'm not wise, but I'm elder. So I'm in on that. Yeah, and I worked with Kim's dad like years ago.
30 years ago. But he was young then. Anyway, I really appreciate the group, because it was 3:30 yesterday. I told them that they had to each say a statement. So didn't they perform wonderfully? The next slide while you guys sit down and introduce Lynn, because I think some of the quite be here, but anyway, it's another 10 and his friends slide. I can tell you that after we won the award, when the premier came in and where's Richard won this water raft taking with him, but the premier only had eyes for Ted because he wanted to talk to Ted, and so what can I say? But anyway, I think the theme picks up here about that you have to be thinking about your children and your grandchildren in terms of the legacy you're trying to create. And really, especially I can kind of hand off to you, Lynn Fry-Wolken, the Ministry of Environment. And probably, without you, Lynn, I wouldn't even be here today, because it was your vision back in 2003 said we've got to take what we did in the late 90s and turn it into the Water Sustainability Action Plan. So Lynn, I'll let you elaborate on who you are